Alrighty, we are live. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, as your New York Knicks get absolutely embarrassed by the Cleveland Cavaliers by a final score of 94-109. Once again, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the members in here. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. You guys are awesome. You guys know that I really do appreciate you guys. And all right. I'm going to try to get through this because honestly, this team is going to give me a stroke. This team is going to give me a stroke. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've been fair to this team. I love the ups. I embrace the lows. Look, that's part of being a Knicks fan, right? But when it comes down to winning 4 rounds, if you're in the chat and you truly believe this version of the Knicks can do that right now, please enlighten me. Because I just don't see it right now currently. I just don't see it. I might regret this little rant, but I don't care. Look, it's my channel. You guys know how much I love this team. You know I'm not some doomer who jumps ship at the first sign of adversity. You guys know that, right? You guys know that. So I'm due for a little bit of a rant. I'm concerned, guys. And look, I'm sick. You probably can hear it in my voice. I'm not feeling great, so bear with me. But watching this game kind of felt like torture, man. It's like that offensively, the Knicks were throwing up bricks. Straight up. I mean, they were laying foundations out there. Throwing up bricks. This team has no consistency, no urgency, no identity. It feels like the mindset is just get us to the playoffs and we'll figure it out. Figure what out? You haven't proven anything yet. You haven't proven anything. How can you play this inconsistently all the time and expect to switch it up in the playoffs? How? And here's the guys, the talent on this team. Yes, there's talent on this team. It seems like it doesn't mesh, man. Right? It seems like it doesn't mesh. You change the coach, hoping for more of an offensive consistency, defensive identity consistency. You change the coach. I got Mike Brown acting like Tom Thibodeau with the substitutions, bro. It's like I'm watching Tom Thibodeau all over again. When do we have to start to question, like, Mike Brown is like, he's a part of the problem too. He's a part of the blame. He's definitely a part of the problem. Like, pointing the finger at Mike Brown, that's what I'm doing right now. Like, these rotations stink, ladies and gentlemen. Like, it feels like I'm watching Tom Thibodeau all over again. And before you jump me, I know the record isn't bad. I get it. But we are seeing the same patterns over and over, year after year from this basketball team. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Last year, it took some Hercules shot from Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns to beat the Pistons. It took the Boston Celtics wetting themselves twice in the first couple of games against them, losing the lead for us to beat them. So we kept needing like miracles instead of like execution. Like it just felt like we were on that magic carpet ride and then Indiana, ended our season. But this team is just so inconsistent, man. They're going to give me a stroke. Like, I don't know which Knicks team is going to show up. I don't. I honestly don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're going to be great one night. I don't know if they're going to stink one night. I don't know. This is the frustrating part of this team. It's like, where's the identity? Where's the consistency? And if you think that they can win an NBA championship with this team, please enlighten me in the chat. Like, honestly, I said they still can. Like, after the, obviously when they have these big wins, but it's like this team, when they suck, they suck. Cat looks better now, and I got him taking 4 shots. 4 shots from the time the third quarter ended. 4 shots. 4 shots. 4. That third quarter was awful. 3 of 24 in that quarter. 1 of 12 from 3. Like the offense was terrible tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Terrible. They shot 27% from 3. The New York Knicks did. And look, Mike Brown goes to Jeremy Sohan first. Now you're really messing with Mohamed Diarra's confidence, right? Now you're really messing with his confidence. No, Cat ended the game with 5 shots, Tendro. I'll see you in the chat. Once again, shout out to the chat. Appreciate you guys. Get those likes up, fam. Appreciate you all. Shout out to the members in here. Karl Anthony Towns took 5 shots. Midway, when the third quarter was done, he had 4 shots in the game. 4 shots. Second quarter, it took them forever to try to get him involved offensively. And he was actually pretty good until he got iced out, and then he's doing the dumb offensive foul stuff. Jalen Brunson doesn't look good right now at all. Chris texted me this. He said, Cat looks better now, and it's no coincidence Brunson doesn't. I know Brunson, they had the great fourth quarter in Houston, the 31-shot night against the Indiana Pacers, the heroic night against Houston, right? But he's been kind of like not sharp. Like he's been kind of like meh. Right? And then he's playing Sohan for in the first half. He's going to Diarra. Now you're messing with Diarra's confidence. You put him in the third for like a minute, then you pull him. How is somebody gonna get rhythm like that? Josh Hart can't buy a bucket now. Josh Hart has been terrible. Josh Hart has been going through it. Josh Hart has been bad. And look, Mikal Bridges, this was the first time all year he got to the free throw line 6 times. I guess round of applause for that, Mikal. Yay! Get into the free throw line, Mikal Bridges. 17 shots, the most shots he took besides Jalen Brunson. Second Jalen Brunson on the team. And I don't even care about that because there's times when I complain that Mikal Bridges takes like 5, 6, 7 shots. So it is what it is. But I got him being soft as hell under the rim, not going up strong, missing layups. OG Anunoby looked like crap tonight. It looks like his foot was back to bothering him. Brunson inefficient. I just don't know where to go with this team. I just don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you guys can guide me in the chat because this is not it, man. This is not it. Once again, appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat, but this something's got to give, man. Something's got to give. 11 points third quarter. 11-point third quarter. Mike Brown doesn't know how to sub players in and out. The rotations have been bad. They've been like really bad. What are we doing, Mike? What are we doing? This isn't just like one bad night, man. This isn't like me like overreacting to a bad loss against Cleveland. This is weeks, months since January of the same stuff showing up in different disguises. Again, I've been fair to this basketball team. I've praised the highs. I've defended them through the lows. It's an 82-game season, 83-game season this year. It's a long season. But if we are being honest, ladies and gentlemen, and tonight I'm being honest, if you truly believe this team can win an NBA championship, I need you to explain it to me, because right now I just don't see it, and I'm trying to see it, man. I am trying to see it. I'm trying to see it. When they're great, they're great. Then they have nights like tonight. The heroic night against Houston, coming back from 18 points, winning that game. They were dead in the water the entire game. The blowout, the terrible loss to Indiana. I just don't like the mindset of this whole team right now. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way they're playing. I just don't like the way it's meshing. I don't like Karl-Anthony Towns getting... Yo, your big man, Karl-Anthony Towns, is coming off 2 amazing basketball games. 2 of them. 2 of them. And this man has 4 field goals up until the fourth quarter, and he takes 5 field goals the entire basketball game. How is that possible, man? How is that possible? How do you not get him the ball? How do you not get him the ball, feed him the ball? Your offense is sputtering. How does he take 5 shots? How does Josh Hart take 11? How does this continue to happen? How does Mitchell Robinson take more shots than Karl-Anthony Towns? And Mitchell's great tonight. Owns Jared Allen still. There's no shot at Mitchell Robinson. How does Mitchell Robinson take more shots than Cat, though? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Once again, shout out to the chat. You guys have been awesome, honestly. Once again, feeling a little bit under the weather tonight. I had to come on here for you guys, though. But tonight just wasn't a great night for you New York Knicks as they lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers 94-109. Joel says Brunson is playing way worse, and we can all agree on that. Yeah, Jalen Brunson is just inefficient, man. It's just not it, man. And it's like, awesome game versus Houston, but he's just been like a little bit inefficient. But again, this is just like a whole. It starts from the head. It starts from the coach. It starts from the coach. Mike Brown came in here to kind of fix this. These problems stemmed from last year. These problems stemmed from last year. And we are almost in March, and we're seeing some of the same problems exist. That is the problem. And I know you still own the tiebreaker to Cleveland. They beat you, but they probably, they're tied with you in the standings. You're both 37-22. But, man, OG couldn't buy a bucket tonight. Cat, 5 shots. He made all of them, right? 2 steals, dumb offensive fouls, I get it, but at that point of the game, it was over anyway. I got Muhammad Diawara not coming into the basketball game until the third quarter, and Jeremy Sohan's playing over him. And Sohan, I want to give Jeremy Sohan his opportunity, but offensively, he is challenged. And Muhammad Diawara is a better player than him, in my opinion. So why are we not playing our rookie? Like, this is the game where we kind of needed juice. We kind of needed a Kolek. We kind of needed a Diarra to come in the game and give us something, but we didn't see it. Right? He went to Jordan Clarkson for a minute in the third quarter to try to give our offense a spark. And he played him for a minute. A minute. 10 to 37 from three is not going to get it done. 27%, 41% on the night, ladies and gentlemen. That third quarter was absolutely, I wanted 3 of 24 in the third quarter, 1 of 12 from three from this basketball club. Just no offensive rhythm all around. They look dead. They look like they didn't want to be in Cleveland. I got the Knicks versus the Creamsicles. I don't even know what jersey they were wearing, the Cavaliers. It's getting out of control. I don't know what these jerseys are. But Cavs, they've been on a winning streak. Like, they've been winning. They lost to OKC, but they've been starting to get their rhythm now. And it's like, it has you second guessing everything. It's like, I don't even, like, honestly, like, I don't know how to judge these games. But one thing is for sure. This Knicks team has been inconsistent for on the better part of 2 years now. Right? 2 years. Last year was an amazing season. They got all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in over 25 years. And we wanted to build on that. And maybe we still can. Right? Maybe we still can build off of that. But right now on February 24th, I got rotations looking like crap. I got you icing out your rookie right now. I got inconsistent plays from everybody. Like, Mikal, inconsistent. Even though I like the way he started. I like the way he started, dribbling ball off his foot, going off soft underneath the hoop, missing layups. OG Anunoby, I don't know if it's the toe. I'm going to assume he's out there, right? He's out there. I can't use it as an excuse. He's out there. He's on the floor. He's playing. You're playing him 34 minutes. He's out there. He had a better game last game. So tonight, not so much. Josh Hart, they were leaving him open all night. Couldn't buy a bucket. Jalen Brunson, I mean, he got it going there in the fourth a little bit, but not. Brunson was bad tonight. Mitchell Robinson was the only Knick who kind of showed up tonight. Mitchell Robinson was the only Knick. And you're still icing out your center. You're still. I don't understand it, man. I don't like. For you in the third quarter, you see Karl-Anthony Towns only has 4 field goal attempts, and I'm sitting here like, man, get him in a post, run an action for him. Nothing. Buzzer Beater says, you're right about Kolek. Coach should have played more. Why is Hart starting, says Joel. He can't make shots. Wayne says, the Knicks are a team that doesn't learn from their mistakes, and that's on the coach. What's going on, Wayne? Appreciate you in the chat. Salute to every single one of you guys in the chat. Jerome says, what's our identity? Seems to be game to game, and those rotation gives Thibs vibes. Exactly. What is our identity, ladies and gentlemen? What is our identity? Like, I'm worried. I am worried about this team getting far in the playoffs. Getting smoked like this to Cleveland. Now it's getting to a point where now we're like standings watching. Ladies and gentlemen, Like we're scoreboard watching a little bit. I know it's still like the end of February, but here we are, third in the East. You're tied with Cleveland now. I don't want the 4th seed. I don't. This is not a talent issue, I don't think. There's talent on this team. They just don't mesh at all. At all. It's like sometimes they look like they don't like playing with each other. They don't like playing with one another out there. Why is this still happening? Why are games like tonight still happening? And I see it all over. I see you guys in the chat. I see it on X. A lot of Knicks fans don't believe in this team. There's no like championship teams are not this inconsistent. They're not. Yeah, you can have some hiccups here and there, but it's how it looks. It's how it looks. As long as your process is okay, I'm fine with it. But what's the process? What is the identity? What's the process? Like going like it feels like they just go through the motions night to night. Night to night. CJ says D-Raw should have some OG and Bridges minutes. He never touched the ball in the third quarter. Yeah, man. That look, I just, you know, I'm frustrated as hell with this team. Like I said, opening up this post game, it's just you guys know how I feel about this Knicks team. I ride with them. Even through the lows, but just something off with this team, man. Night in, night out, you really don't know which Knicks team's gonna show up. You really don't know. More times it's more disappointing because this was the year where we were supposed to like put it all together and running it back with just some tweaks and let's go. You change the coach. You get a new coach in here. You implement a system. And I got guys like just seem like they're like unhappy with the current structure. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm overreacting. It is still February 24th, but at some point we kind of have to be honest with ourselves. Like it's not where it needs to be right now as a unit. It's not where it needs to be right now as a group. Right? Look. Some quick game notes for tonight. Let's go to the team stats. Let's go to the team stats. It's not pretty, guys. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. 10 of 37. And the thing is, Cleveland only made 3 more threes than you. 3 more threes than you. Right? 23 assists, even. 11 steals for Cleveland. 8 blocks for the Knicks. 17 turnovers, right? That's uncharacteristic for this team. 46 points in the paint. Ugly game from the New York Knickerbockers, man. Ugly game. Like, honestly, guys. All right. Hit the Discord if you want to call into the show. You guys can call in, voice your frustration. The link is pinned up in the chat, in the YouTube chat. Once again, shout out to the chat. You guys are awesome. Let's get to your comments right now. Unfortunately, I do not see us in the Eastern Conference Finals. We have taken a step back from last year. CJ says, what's going on, Darian? CJ says OG still hurt. You got James Harden locking him down, shaking my head. Yeah, OG looks a little bit off, right? Looks not himself. And it's like, I know that he wants to fight through it and get through it, but I at this point, like, the Knicks have given me just, I have like a stroke every other game. Like, it's super frustrating with this team. Like, just get healthy, man. Like, just get healthy. Put D-Rara out there. I know he won't do bad. Just get healthy. If you need to shut down OG and Obi for 2 weeks, so do it. Shut him down for 2 weeks, man. Let's get him healthy. Let's get him right. Because it seems like that's the way this Knicks team is playing. They're playing like they're bored. They're playing like night in, night out. They're bored. Some nights they turn it on. Some nights they flip the switch. Some nights the switch is on. Some nights the switch is off. It's like they need some type of motivation every single night to get up for these games. And I go back to what I said earlier, like, you haven't really proven anything to be like this. And I know every team goes through these, like, inconsistencies, but it just, like, with this Knicks team, it just feels different. Right? Tenjo says, get Yuri on the line. I see you. I see Adam waiting in the postgame call-in. Get to your calls a little bit later. Joel says, same culprits as always, OG, Hart, and Mikel. Like you said, we never know what we are going to get with them. Does this team still need to get acclimated to the new coach? Do they? Because right now, I keep pointing the fingers at players, but Mike Brown he's not absolved from any blame. Like, he needs to take some blame as well. Like, at some point, we need to talk about Mike Brown, right? I respect him as a coach. This is not like a coach blame show, but this offense looks like it's just running on just vibes. Like, no flow night in, night out. Like, no rhythm. When Cat has it going and the touches dry up, that's a system failing to emphasize Karl-Anthony Towns. Like, that's a coaching thing. You need to recognize that in the game. You need to, like, have some feel for the game. And of course, I'm not saying he doesn't, but mixed in with the rotations are killing me, to be honest with you guys. Like, I was genuinely upset that Diarra didn't play in the first half. Now you play him in the second half. Now you don't play Sohan in the second half. Like, why won't we just stick with Diarra? Like, why won't we just stick with him and just play Sohan, mix him in certain defensive situations, certain defensive stops? Like, why does Mohamed Diarra have to be the odd man out in this whole equation? Why? He's been playing really well. You play him for like 2 minutes in the first half, and then in the second half, he didn't play in the first half. Right? And here's what really scares me, guys. Like, this feels familiar to last year. It feels like we're leaning on the talent to bail us out instead of putting talent in position to succeed. Like, that's not championship basketball. Again, I'm not saying Mike Brown can't coach. I'm saying this isn't working right now. And I know some of you guys will say, look, in April, maybe it'll magically fix itself. That's a dangerous game to play. It's a dangerous game. It happened last year. Is it going to happen again? You can't count on that. Right? And look, before anyone says, look at the record, the Knicks are still in a good spot. They very well might be, right? They very well might be. They could still finish second in the East, right? We still got some game, like 23 games left, 24 games left, something like that. But watch the games, guys. Watch the games. The record hides the stress. The Knicks record is deceiving. That's a talent record, it seems like. It hides the late game miracles. And of course, that is what the NBA season is all about, right? But it hides how hard we're making this on ourselves. Like, we're making this so hard on ourselves. And it doesn't need to be this hard on ourselves. Like, it doesn't. Like, guys, you really know what you're going to get from Brunson night in, night out? Is that it? Like, I know what I'm going to get from Mitch. Do I know what I'm going to get from Mikal Bridges night in, night out? No. Do I know what I'm going to get from OG Anunoby night in, night out? Sometimes. Good defense. Offense sputters sometimes. But I guess I just answered my question. Not really. Do I know what I'm going to get from Josh Hart night in, night out? Most of the time, yeah. Like, heart and soul. But when he's going through something right now. He's going through it. He's going through a stretch. There lies the inconsistencies, right? I want this to work, man. We need this to work. We need this to work. But belief without evidence is just hope. Right? The evidence said last year that the Magic carpet ride against the Celtics and the big shots against Detroit, and you got pummeled by Indiana. If it wasn't for that game one, you probably would have won that series, but who knows? Right? Buzzer Beater says hit the like button and subscribe. Appreciate you, Buzzer Beater. Shout out to you, Buzzer Beater. Chris Gotti says we can't have Diarra not play games. He'll lose his confidence. Yeah, man, 20 years old. 20 years old, and, we have him in and out the rotation, and it's not because of him at all. It's not because of him at all. I'm interested to see what Mike Brown has to say for tonight's game, if he has spoken already. Probably going to be more of the same from what we've heard from Mike Brown. We just didn't bring it tonight. No intensity. Something about the rotations. Shots weren't falling. But I don't know. Like, it starts with Brown, and I don't know what this Brunson thing. Chris texted me. Obviously, we're going to do a podcast tomorrow, Chris and I. But I don't know. Like, how am I going to say this? Like, Brunson is amazing, but it also feels like there's a lot more off games this year from him. It's a lot more. And he's the captain. He's the head of the snake, right? He's the point guard. He's supposed to make things tick. If it's not ticking with you one night, make others tick. Get your big man the ball. Right? You're telling Karl-Anthony Towns to post the F up the other night. Well, tell him to post up tonight. Four field goal attempts at the end of the third quarter for Karl-Anthony Towns. It's not good. Like, how does that happen? Again, Brunson, Brown, whoever you want to blame. But he's the point guard out there. And it looked better in the second quarter with Alvarado running the show. Alvarado had a nice alley to Mitchell Robinson. And the Knicks played faster with Alvarado running the show. Mike Brown even went to a really small lineup tonight with, who was it? Clarkston was out there at one point. with Alvarado, and I'm Shamit. I'm like, man, he's searching right now. He's searching, but hey, man, this is where you kind of miss Deuce McBride, man. I miss Deuce, man. I miss Deuce. Say Quizzy says team so up and down. Only Mitch showed up. Yep. Only Mitchell Robinson showed up, and you can always count on Mitchell Robinson against the Cleveland Cavaliers. You can always count on Mitchell Robinson against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Once again, shout out to the chat. Shout out to every single one of you guys in the chat. Your Knicks lose 94-109 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right? And I opened up this post game again. I don't really get angry, but tonight I'm kind of like at the point where I'm just like, I honestly don't know anymore with this team. I don't. Like, it's, and if you were in the chat, if any Knicks fans are out there truly think that this Knicks team can still win 4 rounds, hey, I'm open ears. I want them to. I want them to. Like, I don't know. It's like, even when they score, it doesn't feel earned. Like, it just feels like someone's bailing us out. You know, the offense is just not creating advantages, right? And it's like, guys, we're more than halfway through the season, right? Why do we keep forgetting what works? Like, we'll find something and we just like abandon it. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I just don't see confident basketball right now being played from the New York Knickerbockers. I don't. I see guys thinking. I see guys hesitating. Right? A bunch of uncertainty out there. And it feels like Mike Brown is experimenting. Like, you shouldn't be experimenting now. Like, this was my only concern with bringing Sohan in here with the Diawara thing. Like, come on, man. Just go back to Diawara. Just play Diawara. That's it, man. Hey, can we stop? Can we stop? You have this rookie who's been playing really well. Just give him minutes. Just give him like 15, 20 minutes a night. You know? Not play him in the first half and then all of a sudden go to him in the third quarter. Right? Come on now. CJ says Hart won't want to shoot, only shoot as a last resort. Don't ever look at the basket. Josh Hart has been going through it. Dakota says, y'all better get it this year because Tatum and Hallie coming back. Yeah, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Joel says, I don't know why we didn't run double big lineup with Mitch and Cat more. They did a little bit more tonight because of the Allen Mobley, but I think Mobley was on a minute restriction. But yeah. Yeah, like some reason, even dating back to last year, Dibs didn't like it. But I spoke about the starting lineup after the last post game. I just don't know if this is the starting lineup that's going to get us over the hump. Like, I just don't know if this is it. You know? And it's frustrating. It's super frustrating. Because I thought, somebody asked me, like, would I change the starting lineup? And I said I wouldn't tinker with it until the playoffs if you're in a pinch. And I probably still won't. But at some point, you know, the inconsistency, it mainly lies from there. Like, maybe they have to switch it up in terms of the starting 5. And maybe that's it. You know? Let's hit the Discord, ladies and gentlemen. I see Adam waiting in the post-game call-in. Let's get to Adam in the Discord. Adam, welcome to the
there.
Knicks Nation, the
But
post game show. How are you? What's going on?
yeah, up in terms of hello starting five
Yeah, I got you.
and maybe
I hear you, Adam.
What's up, man?
What's
You all
up?
right?
Yeah, could be better, man. Could be better.
Oh, yeah. I'm voicing everything that you said. I'm doubling down on what you said. The biggest problem that I have is two things. At this point in the season, Mike Brown should have an identity with the team.
Hmm.
There should be no more experimenting. And second, I love Jalen Brown. I love JB. But the problem with JB, he's not a rah rah guy. He's a gamer, but he's not a rah rah guy. When you don't got your game face on, give it to somebody else. You're right. Carl Anthony should not have 5 field goals. Should not. Why does Mikael Bridges have 17 and only Carl Anthony Towns 5? Give Carl the rock. He's your second best player on the team offensively.
And
This is
he's
this
been
is
playing
getting
awesome.
ridiculous. I feel like you.
He's been playing awesome for the New York
And
Knicks.
yeah, and then you got yeah, yeah, exactly. Give him the rock. Then you got Muhammad Diawara, 8 minutes, 5 points, but and he's been playing good. Don't look, man. You have a talented young 20-year-old. Play him, feed him the rock. Give him 20 minutes so he could develop his game. Man, I don't understand what Mike Brown is looking at. I really don't, man. It's I'm saying you're a coach. You're supposed to observe everything.
Hmm.
Put everything on a scale and weigh it out, and then
Hmm.
you know what you got. If you gotta hurt feelings, hurt feelings. You there to win a championship. You there to cuddle nobody's feelings. Josh Hart should play on the bench. He's a hustle guy that comes off the bench. He should not be a
Mm.
starter. You got the I will put Diawara as a starter and develop him. Then put Josh Hart in for him.
Mm.
I mean, this is ridiculous, man. For real, this is ridiculous. And I think with the way the Knicks are playing, teams like Cleveland, Detroit, and Boston, when it comes the time, they're gonna play them hard. They're gonna. I don't see them. You're right. I don't see them winning the championship. I don't see that
Yeah.
unless, like I said, Brown adjusts, knows what he's got. Tyler Kolek got playing him. Tyler Kolek. Guys like that young, they want to prove themselves. So they're gonna go out there and give you the hustle plays. Know what you got. You see them every day in practice. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't. They're not taking the first spot.
not.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry, and go ahead.
I don't understand. I should have named the post game the title. I don't understand. It's really that. Like I don't like honestly.
Yes.
I don't understand. There's just so many moving parts now. I mean, you try to integrate Sohan, and to me, I just think, maybe yeah. You said Josh Hart needs to go back to the bench. I don't know if they go to that right now this late in the season, but maybe that's like that's the inconsistencies right there as a starting five. Like it just doesn't
Ex-
mesh, and this has been happening since last year, right?
I exactly, and the same thing. But now you playing a bench. The only difference is you got a bench now. Use your bench.
Mm-hmm.
But use it wisely. And I think Josh Hart should not go into feelings. If I'm the coach, I'll talk to Josh Hart on the side. I said, listen, you got to come off the bench. Sorry if I hurt your feelings. If you want to talk bad about me being the president, go ahead. But you're going to come off the bench because we need to win. It's not about egos. It's not about you playing 35 minutes a game to soothe your ego. Come off the bench. Let the young Diawara. You got a tall guy that could score and rebound. That's 6'8".
Yep.
I don't
And yeah,
understand. I don't understand.
and now he's not playing until the third quarter. It's
That's
fascinating.
yeah. That was ridiculous. That was
Hey,
you know it's
go ahead.
the yeah.
What else you got?
No, the last thing I'm gonna say. The thing about being a coach is knowing how to match match your opponent's weakness. Get at their weakness. If you got a mismatch and pay big men just to make them foul or get your players into the game, then players don't play to their strength. Play to your strength. That's how we lose to Detroit because we playing with their strength to their strength instead of them playing to our strength. But Lord, listen, Ant Man, I love you, brother. So Stay positive. I'll stay positive, and I'll talk to you next time.
Hey, I appreciate you, Adam. Thanks for calling in. Shout out to you, and thanks for the support as always. Shout out to Adam in the chat, man. Thanks for the support. You guys are truly awesome, honestly. Good call. Good call from Adam. So he's saying change it up. He's saying change the starting five. He doesn't like the starting five. He's saying put Josh Hart back on the bench and put Diawara in the starting five. Hey, at this point, that's kind of been the common denominator. I'm not saying bench like a Josh Hart, but that's the starting five just hasn't. That's been the common denominator in these last couple of years, right? Like I don't necessarily think they should go to Mitchell Robinson and Cat, but I don't know. Will Josh Hart get his feelings hurt if they start Diawara next to him? I mean, next to OG and Mikal? Would Mike Brown even think about doing that right now this late in the season? I don't even know if that's the answer, but I'm just saying, like, man, I mean, I go through the schedule and it's Detroit, bad loss. Indy comes into your building, bad loss. You know, I mean, in the whole grand scheme of things, you've had some really good wins. Like, it's a long season. You started this 10-game gauntlet of a schedule with Detroit, Houston, Chicago. Now you're 2-2, right? You have 2 days off. You have Milwaukee coming up on Friday. It should be an easy dub. But again, I don't know what team shows up. I don't. I'm hoping the good team shows up. I'm hoping the A team shows up on Friday. Then you have San Antonio on Sunday, and that should be a doozy. San Antonio just beat the Detroit Pistons in Detroit, at Toronto, OKC, Denver, the Lakers. Then after that, the schedule's cake. Honestly. It's not bad at all for the Knicks. So, at this point, it's all about where they finish now. Like, that's all I care about right now. I mean, they're going to have to figure it out. Randy, what's going on? Henry says, fire Mike Brown now. Bring Coach Malone. Henry wants Mike Brown out of here. Henry, that's not going to happen. I don't think Mike Brown's going to be a one-and-done coach. Now, if the Knicks get bounced in like the first round, maybe. But that would be an absolute disaster. But that's not going to happen right now. High Seal says, starting five is statistically horrible. It's been proven. Hart and his ego can't handle it. And his best friend is a star player. Problematic. Hey, I can't argue with you there. Because remember when Josh Hart was on the bench early on in the season, he kept saying, I think I'm a starter. I'm a starter. And then let's be honest, let's be fair. When Mike Brown put Josh Hart in the starting lineup, the Knicks got it going. Like, it was pretty good. But now we've reverted to this inconsistency. And I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of it. And that seems to be the common denominator in all this. When Hart is on, the Knicks are rolling. When he's not, it's a challenge, right? And now we're starting to get into the Tom Thibodeau, like Mike Brown likes to, like last year, Thibs loved him some Josh Hart, like loved him, and for good reason. But at last year, it was too much Josh Hart, too much, a little bit too much Josh Hart. And it seems like Mike Brown loves him some Josh Hart, and he should. But you got to scale it back a little bit. Now you got a bench, right? Last year, we didn't have a bench. Last year. We got a bench now. El Figgy is in the building. Salute, El Figgy. Yeah. Better late than never, El Figgy. Appreciate you rocking with us. Corey then says, Knicks to me is a great team, but we have to be healthy. Yeah, Corey. El Figgy said that was a hard watch. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm grateful for this Knicks team. I'm grateful that we're actually super talented and we're actually competing and we're actually in the playoffs and the dance every year after what we've gone through. But at some point, you have to throw that out. Like at some point, you have to level up. Last year was okay. This year was the level up. Like, okay, now I'm leveling up. Like I'm enough of the. I'm just happy to be here. The Knicks sucked so many years. I'm just grateful that they're so good. That could be true. Like I am, but now I'm trying to level up. I see the East the way it is, and there's no one that's like. I mean, Detroit, of course, but they have to prove it in the playoffs, right? But there's no way the Knicks shouldn't make it out the East with the talent that they have on this roster. That's why games like tonight are so frustrating with this team. Hacias is started to get Cat going offensively to then sandbag him. Yep.
Bruh.
Karl-Anthony Towns, 4 field goal attempts up until the fourth quarter. Then he finishes with 5. It's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. You know, Cat has been awesome for this team. Incredible. The last couple. He's looked like Cat. So tonight, I really wanted them to recognize that and get the big man the ball. Like, get him the ball. Hits a 3. I'm like, okay, let's go. They tried doing it a little in the second. A little bit with Brunson on the bench. But, like, I get the 5 turnovers. But at that point, the game was over and he was already iced out. So I'm not even complaining about that. Like, he was already iced out the game, and it's up to the coach and it's up to Jalen Brunson for that. That's where I'm putting the blame on. That right there. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, you know, I mean, there's a lot to unpack here, but once again, I'm trying to see if they've spoken or if, you know, some quotes have come out so I can hear the coaches speak. See if some quotes have come out. Once again, shout out to the chat. If you're new here, hello. My name is Anthony. I do post games after every single Knicks game. Once again, I open up this post game not on a rant, but just kind of really disappointed in this team. I don't know. We don't know night in, night out what we're gonna get with this New York Knicks team, and that's a problem, man. Mike Brown seems like he's still searching, he's still figuring it out, still finding lineups. It just seems like we just haven't. Like, where is the coaching improvement besides like the rotations expanding a little bit, you know? And that's big. That's big. But if this is more of what we see in the playoffs, then we're going to get bounced, guys. Has anyone spoken yet? I haven't seen any quotes at all. No quotes yet. I don't know if they have the locker room closed off or no quotes from nobody. I don't know if MSG has anything, but MSG Network has put out anything. Eddie, what's going on? Salute. Joel says McKellen Hart doesn't start for any other top East teams. I'm afraid we're going to reach a point with Mikal Bridges that it's going to become a bad look on Leon Rose, trading that amount of picks in your chamber for Mikal Bridges. I'm afraid I see that at the end of the tunnel. And it's definitely on the table now. But obviously he had the moments for Boston. But for you to trade that amount And that will always, even though I don't like it, even though some of you in the chat don't like it, that will always follow Mikal Bridges. Always. When he has a bad game, what do people say? That's the dude you traded 5 first-round picks. And I think that's what kind of is messing with his head a little bit, because I know he sees it. I know he hears it. Like, he literally acknowledged it after the Toronto game. Like, he was uncoachable and he's going through something. And look, mental health is serious. If he was, I'm happy that he pulled out of that, whatever he was going through. But after that, we thought, okay, we got Mikal back, right? And then it's like we get too many Mikal games again. Again, there's like this team isn't connected at the moment. They're not connected at the moment. It's just like they're all over the place. And I have a feeling that we're going to look at that Mikal Bridges trade in the future and say, oof. I just hope it doesn't get there. I don't. I still believe in this team. I still do think we'll win a few rounds in the East. You know, because that's what it is. That's what us Knicks fans want. We want them to win a few rounds and get to the NBA Finals. Move the goalpost. Right? First it was the second round. Then it was last year was the Eastern Conference Finals. This year, let's graduate to the NBA Finals. And that lies the frustration, because I don't see that right now, guys. I don't. Like, there could be a world where you play Cleveland in the first round or second round. There could be a world where you get, I mean, if you get the Raptors in the first round, you have to demolish them, of course. Or the 76ers, but I mean, right now you would play Cleveland, right? 3 plays 4, if I'm not mistaken. If the season ended today, they would play Cleveland in the first round. 3 plays 4? Or 3 plays 6? Either way, Philly, Raptors, Cleveland. You lose to any one of those teams, then it's a big, this is what you're doing this summer. If you lose to any one of these teams, this is what you're doing. That's what you're doing. 3 plays 6. So it's Philly. Thanks, Wayne. Yeah. So Knicks Philly first round if the season ended today. I would feel confident in that matchup. I would. I don't think the Knicks will play with their food with Philly. It could be Orlando. Orlando's a game back of Philly. You know, it could be Orlando. Miami. There's still a lot of season left, but him 2722 says go get Giannis. Him, appreciate you in the chat. I'm telling you, if this summer, if the Knicks fail, that's gonna be Leon Rose's top priority, I bet, is getting Giannis. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We still have some season to figure out, and we still have a playoffs to get through. Like, we still got to figure this stuff out, man. There's some season left to figure this out, right? Again, I'm not giving up on this team. It's just frustrating. Like, they're frustrating. That's all it is. We can all agree that this season has just been up, down, up, down. And look, with the amount of talent they have on the roster, I just don't think it should be that. I don't. Right? Like, I feel like they should be the Pistons. Like, why can't we be 42-14 right now? Again, we shall see. CJ says 182736. Joel says, remind me how much OG Anunoby makes. Got the highest contract ever given to a New York Knicks in free agency, OG Anunoby. And look, he had a bad game. But a lot of questions with this team. A lot of questions with this team, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no plays being run for guys like Towns and Bridges. OG is a guy who can operate on chaos. Joseph says Mike Brown sucks at coaching. What's going on, Joseph? Appreciate you guys in the chat. Buzzer beater. Oh, yeah, OG Anunoby, $40 million. 40. So, season ended today. You'll play Philly. Right? And if... So, who does the 4th seed play? Wait, let me go through this. Okay. Current NBA playoff matchups. There we go. 4 plays 5. All right. So Knicks will play Philly. Current. Cleveland will play Toronto. You know. And then Detroit's waiting for the play-in. Boston will wait for the play-in. Whoever comes out of the play-in. That's where I want to be. Like, honestly. But, look, we still got 23 games remaining. 10 at home, 13 on the road. 10 games remaining with teams above 500. So, 23 games remaining. Look, if you kind of want to make excuses for this team, which I'm not, but if you kind of want to be on the other side of this was a 3rd game in 4 nights. They've kind of been away, but I just don't want to go there right now. I don't. But here are the matchups right now, the current matchups that will look 3-6. Obviously, I would love our chances against Philly. Even against Toronto, I would love our chances. But you want to avoid the 4th seed because you don't want to face the Detroit Pistons in the 2nd round. Like, you don't want to play the Pistons in the 2nd round. You want to wait to the Eastern Conference Finals to get the Pistons as long as possible. And that's why the standings kind of matter to me right now. So you want to wait as long as possible to get to the Pistons. You don't want to finish the 4th seed, especially you're also losing some games in Madison Square Garden at that point, right? You're losing some games in MSG. And I don't like that. Like, I want as many games possible in the world's most famous arena, have that place rocking come playoff time, you know. But look, one thing is for certain, guys. Mike Brown has to figure these rotations out. Mike Brown, just go back to Muhammad. I know Sohan just got here and you want to try to integrate him, but you are at such a delicate point right now in the season. Like, don't mess it up. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mohamed Diawara wasn't broke. Play him. Play him. And look, when the ball isn't moving, throw Kolek out there. Right? Throw him out there for 2 minutes. Knicks got a lot of guys on their team that can play ball right now, and that's the problem with it's not a problem. It's good problems to have, but man, that's kind of the thing that worries me is the rotations right now. So El Figgy said what's frustrating is we don't move like a championship team. Exactly. We don't. We're not. Like this team got punked by the Pacers last year, right? And it just looks like more of the same a little bit. Now, of course, we can't judge them yet to the playoffs. It's a different sport in the playoffs, right? But is it almost like just get me there? Like that's where I'm at because I can't take this roller coaster anymore. It's so frustrating, man. El Figgy says we had to move on from Thibs, but the jury is still out on Mike Brown. The jury is still out on Mike Brown until the playoffs. Mike Brown has to show his worth in the playoffs. We move on from Thibs, and Thibs got you somewhere you haven't been in 25 plus seasons, right? You were taking a chance at firing him, and I was all for it. But Mike Brown has pressure on him. He does, because if you don't make it to at least the Eastern Conference Finals, that's a failure. And obviously we have to see how it looks, and it's so like cliche saying that, but Corey says, Anthony, I understand your frustration, but we can't win them all. All we need to do is play better. I love the enthusiasm from you, Corey. Appreciate you in the chat, Corey. We can't win them all, but in a year where your expectations were to be one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, and you're currently behind the Boston Celtics by 2 games, that's not sitting well with me. That's not a good look right here. Boston being ahead of you is not a good look. And I know they've stayed the same. Their core has, they kind of like made major trades this summer, and they kept the system, right? They kept the coach. Mazzulla's coaching. Brown's an MVP candidate. They're ahead of you. Cleveland is about to jump ahead of you. Slow Runner, what's going on? He says, how about competing against a team that is not one of the best in the East? Yeah. CJ says, Sohan looks lost. They want to play him because he picked us over 10 teams. Don't want to get bad reputation with free agents in the future. Now CJ is talking to talk, CJ. Now you're talking to talk. They promised Sohan he was going to play. Now he's playing. And look, this is not a shot at Sohan. He he just came here last week. Doesn't have a training camp with us. Doesn't really know the plays. But for you to all of a sudden leapfrog him over Diarra, it's for one, if Muhammad wasn't playing well, I would get that. I would understand that. I'll be like, okay. But Muhammad was playing well. So then why would you go to Sohan? Right? Mr. Quick, what's going on? Mr. Quick says, we have a coaching problem, real talk. I'm not there yet until the playoffs, guys. I got to see it in the playoffs. I got to see it. Wayne says, I feel like I'm watching a playground pickup game on nights like this. No game plan, just running up and down. Yeah, no plan, Wayne. No plan. No plan on offense. Just vibes, man. Just playing out there with talent. Brunson, save us. If he's not saving us, Cat's not doing, Cat's been playing well. Let's ice him out the offense. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Like, the guys, they better change it in the playoffs, man. That's all we got. That's all we got as Knicks fans. We're living off hope. We're living on hoping for them to change their style of play in the playoffs. That's what we're holding on to. Like, that's all we got. Right? Because if they play like this, we're going to get bounced. We're going to get bounced. If they play like this. All we have is holding out hope that we could turn it on in the playoffs. I would like to know our record against teams above 500. I would like to find that out for the podcast tomorrow. I think that would be a little bit telling. Joseph says, I don't know about the playoffs. Mike Brown has never won anything in the playoffs. It's hard to win. I get it. It's hard. I was all for the Mike Brown. No, I was all for the firing of Thibs. Remember, I had my reservations on Mike Brown. I wanted to go somewhere else. But we're here, man. Let's rock. It's our team, right? Leon Rose saw something in Mike Brown. I think he's, I think he's fine. But he's the rotations right now need some work, Mike. Need some work. Tighten him up. Josh Hart, maybe pull him out the starting lineup, maybe change it. No hard feelings. Take your ego. Like, there shouldn't be any egos right now. Like, we're trying to win a championship. At the end of the day, what do we have to do to win an NBA championship? What has to be done to win an NBA championship? Because again, if we don't at least get there, right? It's this in the summer. It's not going to be the same team if we don't at least get there. They're not going to blow it up. I'm being dramatic. Being dramatic, but you guys know what I mean. Chris Gotti says, I remember earlier on in the season, Coach Brown wasn't running plays. Still like this, looks like the same to me. Yeah, like third quarter, Mitchell Robinson, like Mitch owns Cleveland, owns Jared Allen, owns him. Food. When Mitch sees Jared Allen on the schedule, man, he salivates. Mitch was awesome, man, tonight. And, you know, they did miss a lot of shots. Like, Alvarado missed a lot of open ones tonight. OG missed a lot of open ones tonight, and it's frustrating. It is. But that's not the reason why we lost. You know, it's not. Cleveland only scored 109 points. You know, OG 5 points, bro. Come on, man. If your toe is that bad, OG, like honestly, guys, do we need OG Anunoby on Friday to beat the Bucks? No, we don't. Right? Sit out into San Antonio, please. Take Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday off, and then get right to San Antonio. We should be like being strategic like that now. I don't want this injury that he has to his toe to get worse. I don't. Buzzer Beater says Mitch has the QR code for Jared Allen. Yep. El Figgy says the defense of Mo would be better than Josh, and Landry can also drive to the basket and fight through screens better than Mikal. I wouldn't hate seeing Mo in the starting lineup. I wouldn't hate that at all. Like starting him next to Mikal and OG, because he's been. It's not like he's been shooting. He's been shooting 40% from three. So you would go like Brunson, Mikal, Mo, OG, Cat. Like I let's see it to start. Then you would have Sohan off the bench as your wing, right? But I don't know if he goes that way. Truth says OG needs to rest for real. Yeah, like Friday should be it should be a layup, guys. We shouldn't be like we were close during our last game, right? It shouldn't have been close, but a win's a win against Chicago. It was closer than what I liked it to be, but Cat balled the F out. But Friday's game against the Milwaukee Bucks should be a cakewalk, man. Should be a cakewalk. We don't need OG. Like if guys are hurt, get me Dewara in there. Let's see some of these young guys. That should be a game where we see a Tyler Kolek for 15 minutes, right? Let's get our spark back. They won't do it because that damn Iron Man streak. Yeah, Bridges not sitting out, guys. I mean, he's not sitting out. He's not. And Mikal Bridges, I wrote this tonight on my notes. I think I mentioned it earlier. 6 free throw attempts from Mikal Bridges, right? The most he's taken this year. 6. And he has taken 4 or more free throws in a game 5 times this year. So the thing about it, like He was actually okay tonight. Like, if I was to rank the Knicks, I would go Mitch number 1 tonight. Then I would go Mikal second. I don't think he was terrible tonight. I mean, it was a bad game all around. But, you know, Cat five field goal attempts, bro. It's like, Mitch. I'm sorry, I love Mitch. Landry Shamet, Mitchell Robinson. They should not be taking the same amount of field goal attempts as Karl-Anthony Towns. Like, they shouldn't. Cat should, like, especially the way Cat's been playing. Like, let's feed him. Corey Lindsay says, I'll be one of the Knicks to play hard, but we can't never predict how the game is going to play out. Appreciate you, Corey. Hasiel. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Hasiel or Hasiel. Let me know if I'm mispronouncing your name. Why isn't a Brunson Towns pick and roll not on the spam mode? That's on the player with the ball, man. I honestly think that's more because we see it more with Alvarado, right? We see it more with Kolek. Remember earlier this year, Kolek and Cat, the pick and roll was working a little bit. We don't see that with Brunson, guys. Let's be honest. That's not his strong suit at all. Like, at some point, we have to realize that. Like, that's not how Jalen Brunson likes to operate, right? When Kolek is in the game, you see it. When Alvarado's in the game, the second quarter, you see pick and rolls. You know, I don't think Brunson... I think he's a good passer, but I don't think he's like confident in his pass sometimes. Right? Trying to go through Brunson's assists. All right, so last time he had double-digit assists was versus the Lakers when he had 13. 13. And prior to that was December. So, what is he at? 6.2 assists. I think those are low for him. Yeah, last year he was at 7.3. This year he's at 6.2. And he was trending up every single year with the Knicks. 6.2, 6.7. Last year, 7.3. This year, he's taking a dip with his assists being up. So, Elfie says, how is Josh Hart getting cooked by the same role player like Dean Wade? Yeah, I mean, it's one of these games, guys. You know, it's super frustrating. Again, I'm trying to see if does anyone have quotes at all? James, let me go to James Edwards to see if James Edwards has quotes. No. Ian Begley. Is Ian Begley in Cleveland? I don't think Begley travels with them anymore. I don't think Begley travels with the Knicks. No. I'm not seeing any quotes from them at all. We don't have any quotes from the Knicks right now. It's weird. That's weird. Oh well. I don't know what to make of that, guys. Like, I want to see what they said about tonight, and just not like I'm literally searching. I don't know if you guys have seen anything, but I haven't seen anything regarding Mike Brown comments, Jalen Brunson comments, Karl-Anthony Towns comments at all. Normally that stuff pops up at the end of the game. You get some quotes here and there, but yeah, I don't know. Weird. Yeah, they must have dipped out of there real quick. Yeah, man, they got 2 days off. Then you got to go get them again on Friday against the Bucks. So we're going to be doing a podcast tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about it all. So make sure you guys tune into the podcast. Make sure you guys hit the notification bell on the Knicks Nation channel. Subscribe. All the good stuff. Your support is very much appreciated. Shout out to the members again. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the support. As always, Alfiggy. Appreciate you as always. Appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Wayne. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Tendro early on. You guys are awesome. Look out for the podcast tomorrow. So I'm gonna head up on out of here and get some rest up my voice. Hopefully I feel a little bit better tomorrow. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, it's Let's Go Knicks. The Knicks couldn't pull this one out tonight, but we'll get them on Friday. Got a lot to say though tomorrow, so tune in to that. So make sure you get those notification bells on. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. I'll catch you next time. Peace.
Brunson a three. Bang!